Welcome to Yakutsk, the world's coldest city, where extreme jobs come with a harsh climate and the pay might surprise you, but not in a good way. From firefighters battling frozen infernos to market vendors braving deadly temperatures, these workers endure the impossible. But is the risk really worth it? Let's dive in and uncover the shocking truth. In Yakutsk, the coldest inhabited city on Earth, winter temperatures routinely drop below -60 degrees Celsius and sometimes plunge even lower, reaching an almost unimaginable -73 degrees Celsius. Life here isn't just challenging, it's a constant test of human endurance. Yet, despite such brutal conditions, daily life must go on. Essential tasks must still be carried out, and this responsibility falls on those who undertake some of the most extreme jobs imaginable. One of the toughest occupations here is firefighting. In Yakutia, firefighting is not just about battling flames, it's a battle against ice itself. Imagine rushing to a fire only to discover that your firefighting hose has frozen solid in mere minutes. In conditions like these, water doesn't flow, it freezes instantly. Firefighters must move incredibly quickly, fully geared up and ready to go within 60 seconds because every moment lost could mean disaster. Salaries range from $1,000 to $2,000 monthly, approximately $6 to $12 per hour, depending on rank and experience. Navigating through Yakutsk's thick ice fog to reach fires is extremely difficult. This dense fog can limit visibility to just a few meters, turning each emergency response into a dangerous trek through near-blind conditions. Every firefighter undergoes rigorous daily training to handle scenarios unique to the region. Physical fitness isn't just recommended, it's essential. The gear alone can weigh up to 40 kilograms, making speed, strength and endurance critical for survival. Due to the extreme cold, fires can become more frequent in winter. People rely heavily on additional heaters, which can malfunction or be misused, significantly increasing the risk of fires. Firefighters constantly train and stay prepared, knowing their actions directly influence the safety of the entire community. The job is demanding, stressful and dangerous, but it's also deeply meaningful. Many firefighters consider it a calling rather than just work. But firefighters aren't the only ones facing extreme challenges. Another unique, physically demanding job is carried out by workers known locally as ship thawers. These workers spend months of the year literally breaking through layers of ice beneath ships frozen into rivers. Yakutsk's rivers freeze so solidly that ships become locked in thick ice, creating massive ice layers that must be painstakingly cleared for maintenance and repair. Ship thaws earn around $2,500 monthly during peak seasons, roughly $15 per hour, considering the intense physical labor and high-risk environment. This process involves carefully breaking away thick ice layers by hand, using heavy and sharp tools called kailushki. Workers start by measuring ice thickness with specialized drills, then carefully remove layer by layer until they reach crucial components like the propellers and steering mechanisms. Each strike must be precise. Mistakes can be catastrophic. Breaking too deep could release high-pressure water, instantly refreezing and trapping the worker or flooding the carefully cleared space. There is no room for error. Even minor mistakes can be dangerous. Ship thaws must remain continuously active to stay warm. Stopping to rest is not an option, as damp clothes quickly freeze, creating a dangerous icy shell around their bodies. Workers describe days of continuous movement, intense physical exhaustion, and relentless cold. They rarely take breaks and often skip meals, surviving only on quick sips of hot drinks from thermoses. The work environment provides no comfort, no warmth, and very limited shelter. Their makeshift resting places are small, heated cabins, sparsely furnished and used primarily for brief thawing sessions. Eating and using the toilet during outdoor work in Yakutia presents unique challenges and strict limitations. Taking breaks for food or restroom visits can be risky, as removing clothing even briefly exposes workers to dangerous cold. Workers must quickly manage their basic needs, often choosing to minimize eating and drinking throughout their shift to avoid the need for restroom breaks altogether. When restroom breaks are unavoidable, they must be conducted swiftly, usually outdoors in extremely uncomfortable and exposed conditions due to the lack of proper facilities. The job is physically demanding. A single large vessel requires the removal of roughly 180 tons of ice in a season, taking about 3 months of steady labour. Workers clear multiple ships throughout the season, facing extreme fatigue as they labour day after day, often without weekends or days off. There are serious risks. Accidents can happen quickly, sharp tools slip, ice can collapse, and workers risk severe injury. Occasionally, ice removal leads to dangerous situations when air pockets beneath ships suddenly flood with freezing water. Workers must instantly plug leaks with rags or wooden wedges, sealing gaps within seconds. Failure to react immediately can lead to catastrophic flooding, undoing weeks of work, or even sinking the ship. It's a job that requires quick thinking, precision, and nerves of steel. Despite these hardships, many workers feel a strong pull toward this challenging profession. The extreme physical labour becomes addictive. Workers often find themselves drawn back year after year, craving the physical challenge and the adrenaline rush that comes with successfully completing such daunting tasks. For them, ship thawing is more than just employment. It's a personal challenge, a lifestyle, and even a passion. Yet, for those seeking simpler work, outdoor market jobs offer another perspective on Yakutsk's extreme employment environment. Market workers brave the same deadly cold as firefighters and ship thaws, but earn far less for their trouble. Workers at Yakutsk's open-air markets spend long hours outdoors, arranging goods, handling money, and interacting with customers, all while enduring temperatures that few people on Earth will ever experience. Wages at markets are modest, typically less than $5 per hour, averaging around $400 to $500 monthly. For the most successful vendors, earnings can sometimes be twice as high, but this isn't guaranteed, as the supply and demand vary greatly depending on the products being sold. Generally, despite enduring similarly harsh conditions, their financial rewards remain minimal. Market workers have limited protection against the cold. They wear multiple layers of clothing, thick insulated jackets, hats, gloves, and heavy boots. Yet, frostbite remains an ever-present threat. They stand on insulated mats to prevent the cold from seeping through their feet. Despite these precautions, exposure to extreme cold often numbs any exposed skin quickly, increasing the risk of frostbite if they aren't vigilant. Indoor jobs in Yakutsk offer a stark contrast to the harsh outdoor working conditions, but come with their own unique challenges and modest compensation. Office workers, teachers, store clerks, and other indoor employees generally benefit from heated environments, significantly reducing the risk of frostbite and hypothermia. However, even indoors, conditions aren't always ideal. Heating costs are extremely high, and maintaining comfortable temperatures can be difficult, especially during severe cold snaps. Buildings require substantial insulation, double-glazed windows, and robust heating systems to retain warmth, making infrastructure expensive and limiting the funds available for salaries. As a result, indoor workers typically earn moderate wages, significantly lower than their counterparts in extreme outdoor roles. Salaries typically range from $800 to $1,200 monthly, around $5 to $7 per hour, enough to cover essential costs like heating, food, and electricity, but leaving little extra. Hourly wages generally reflect the modest economic conditions of the region, providing only basic financial incentives despite the relative comfort of working indoors. Additionally, strict rules around energy usage often lead employers to carefully monitor and control office temperatures, sometimes resulting in colder than ideal indoor settings. Workers must adhere to these rules, dress warmly even indoors, and carefully manage personal heating devices or extra layers. Despite these limitations, many locals still prefer indoor roles, valuing the relative comfort and safety compared to the brutal outdoor alternatives. This preference underscores the significant challenges and tough economic realities of life in Yakutsk, where surviving winter requires both resilience and careful financial management.